Hi everyone, it's Irae King, and we are back with Irae, Amentes. And yeah, we're just gonna go straight into it because you wanna know why? Because I can. That broadcast said they weren't closing school, but I couldn't imagine the students were all too pleased with the broadcast earlier. That was probably the reason why Kasumi and Himuro came up here looking for me too. Surely, you didn't come here to recruit me to go protest with you, right? No, what? It's what the teachers decided, so I won't go against it. She could at least try looking like she meant it. I just came to keep an eye on you to make sure you didn't skip afternoon classes. What about you, Himuro? I just came to have lunch. Himuro began to dig through her infinite supply of sandwiches. Where exactly did that pocket lead anyway? Will you have one? If you give me one. Ayase? Sure, why not? Kasumi and I each took sandwiches from Himuro. Our smiles were just a bit strained. The three amigos. Now that was a fanciful interpretation. But why do you think they kept the school open given the circumstances? It's weird. Maybe because they figure we're not kids anymore, or maybe they don't want this to end up leading more people to becoming shut-ins. We sat in a row on the bench and discussed current events while eating. Himuro and Kasumi were sitting on either side of me, boxing me in. How did we end up in this arrangement exactly? But if this results in one of the students ending up as a victim, they won't get off so easily. For example, people would start looking for somewhere to put the blame. The principal would be kissing his job goodbye for sure. Himuro made a neck-chopping gesture. It seems they closed the school of the college student who died on Saturday. Smart move, huh? The Japanese have a bad habit of averting their eyes from the situation until someone in their own neighborhood gets killed. Oh yeah. Come to think of it, you're a third-generation Japanese, aren't you? Yeah, my grandpa's German. I've never met him, though. Himuro nodded while munching on her sandwich. She wasn't the type to let her emotions show through, but maybe she was feeling a bit of righteous indignation herself. Hey! What? Don't you have anything to say to that? She's making it sound like the Japanese are idiots. No, I mean, I agree with her. Adults might have had their own set of problems to deal with, but sometimes you had to call a spade a spade. It's not just our school that's failing to treat things with the proper gravity either. All through the city, I see stores who are just open all night as if nothing was wrong. Like, take a look around you. Get what I mean? Not so sure about that. The police seem to be taking things seriously. What were they supposed to do? Declare martial law? It wasn't like terrorists were prowling around. Would that have even been legal? Maybe it was just me being ignorant, but stuff like this made you realize how gray out of a country Japan could be. Fuji, are you listening? More or less. Then what do you think? Like an answer. Oh, I agree with you for the most part. I was seriously uncomfortable with answering that while Kasumi was glaring daggers at me from the opposite side. Hey! What? You want to complain, do it yourself. I'm not your messenger boy. Hey! That's not fair! Who isn't being fair? What are you two talking about? Oh, nothing. It was no fun being leaned on from both sides at once. Nope. All I wanted to do was eat my lunch in peace. I couldn't handle a close-up of two hysterical women, so I leaned backward. But, like I was saying, Fuji, don't you think that the modern Japanese society has gotten too accustomed to peacetime? Himuro just kept moving in. You're not gonna take that from her, are you? After Kasumi, I could only lean back even further. Hey! What are you whispering? Oh, nothing. Right, Ren? The both of them just kept moving in, and I just kept leaning further and further back, and then I heard it, an unpleasant creaking. Hey. What? Better brace for impact. Huh? I'd almost rather not explain, but you see, the bench we were sitting on was not affixed to the ground. So if one were to lean back on it like I had been... Kaya! Oop. It was only natural that the entire damn thing would tip over. Ugh. That hurt, but it's not all bad. So you just see this as an opportunity to latch onto people? Your arms make a nice pillow. Himuro! Oh, for the love... Shut up already! Damn, she was loud. I looked up at the sky, hoping to find some sort of solace. Ah, such a pretty day. Looks like it's about time for 5th period to begin. The bell signifying the end of lunch break rang shortly afterwards. The faculty had decided to actually hold afternoon classes, so it probably would have been bad if I didn't go. Ayase, are you going to stick with your usual routine after school? Hermero mind holding a bamboo sword. Good question. If they're not closing the school, I don't see why they should be able to take away my training either. I do think you might want to tone it down a bit, though. So, will Fuji be with you? Of course! It seemed my feelings on the matter were irrelevant. I'm not going to sit there waiting for you all night. Yeah, I'll only be doing practice swings. Oh, would you like to join us, Ray? I'll pass. I'd rather get home before it's completely dark out. Besides, we have guests coming over today, so I have to head back early. A guest? At the church? Yes, later. Himuro made her leave on that note. Kasumi and I turned to look at each other. Guess we should head back to class. Yeah! So here I was, looking at 2 more hours of classes for the day, and on top of that I had to stick around for this kendo freaks practice afterwards. Man, what a day this would be. Thanks as always. After school, Kasumi did practice swings until she was drenched with sweat. No mean feat, given the temperature. As she left, she made sure to give her thanks to the dojo as usual. I couldn't help but be impressed that she could keep this routine up day after day. Don't you ever get tired of this? Of course not. It's fun. Huh. Shrugging, I handed her a chilled canned coffee. Oh, thanks. Just so you know, I wasn't trying to harass her or anything. Kasumi was absolutely incapable of consuming anything hot, even during the winter months. I was just having hot tea myself. I appreciate that you stopped before dark. Stay any longer and the teachers will probably start getting on our asses. I didn't think you'd be the type to worry about stuff like that. I just don't want to deal with that bullshit. And like Himuro said, if a student dies, someone's gonna have to take responsibility. I don't want us to end up as victims on the morning news, nor do I want to run the principal out of house and home as a result. It's nice that you're so enthusiastic, but you really need to take a step back and look at the situation here. It won't kill you to tone it down a bit. Yeah, you don't have to tell me, I know. It just feels better to move my body around. It keeps my mind off of bad thoughts and all that. I did understand that line of thinking. I was here watching her for much the same reason. I was fine with the idea of doing something to take her mind off of things. It would just be an issue if that resulted in putting her in a dangerous situation. Of course, the idea of me trying to lecture Kasumi was a bit ridiculous. Anyway, like I said, just tone it down a bit. I ended up simply repeating that Himuro had said earlier. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, I think I'm actually going to end things here. I know there's something going, but I'm not going to read it. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you know someone who would like this video, please share it. If you yourself want more of this content, I read it often, go ahead and subscribe. If you hated it, I think I'm like episode 15 in at this point, so okay. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.